Alright guys, we're back for yet another Bleach Brave Souls video, and in less than 24 hours from now, the Tres Bestias are going to be dropping, and these are indeed 1000-year blower characters, so they will be limited just like any other 1000-year blower banner, and whether you guys should summon or not depends if you actually need the characters and you like the characters. Now, giving you guys my own unbiased, honest opinion, I think that this banner is very, very good. All three of the characters were made just fine for what they were designed for, and they have a really good filler pool. So that's the quick, short, and easy answer out of the way. That being said, while the characters are done well for what they are made for, do keep in mind we are going to be getting Golden Week next month, which is going to probably give us the vote banner which we have all been waiting for, and it's the characters that we have voted for from basically a year at this point. There's going to be some other reruns that are going to be upcoming, such as the Byakuya, Rukia, and Renji rerun, which already got data mined, so if you do not care about the Tres Bestia, then maybe doing a couple multis on that banner will not be a bad idea, but just know that there is no pity on that banner. Reruns don't have pity anymore once we're out of a big celebration, and we should see the return of the end-of-year Ichigo, Senjumaru, and Askin quite soon, as their guild quest rotations are going to be returning soon enough. Now, Ichigo, Senjumaru, and Askin's banner has not been data mined, and we do not know the date for when said banners are going to be returning, but because we can use the guild quest schedule as a reference, for example, I can tell you guys that Byakuya, Rukia, and Renji's banner should be happening sometime between the start of April. I want to say from April 3rd onward, once we have Ranged Human Killer available, and the 7th of April having Melee Squad 0, which is when you get to use Rukia in there. So I want to say from April 3rd onward, that's when we can expect their banners. As for Ichigo and Senjumaru, I can definitely say expect it from the 14th onward, because that's when we'll have Melee Quincy and Melee Captain Killer returning onward. So that's when, but besides that, I do not know the specific date, so do not ask me about it in the comments section down below. I'm just giving you guys my own hypothesis as to when we can expect the characters, not when they'll release at that exact time and date. And lastly, this should go without saying, but we're getting closer to the 10th anniversary. This normally starts at around July time, so we have less than 4 months until the anniversary does start, which is typically around July 23rd, which was when the game initially came out, and we do normally have some big stuff. If you guys remember last year's anniversary where it kickstarted Mugetsu with the 9th anniversary celebration campaign, and then a whole month later we got Kenpachi and Gremi, who were the 9th anniversary characters, I can see something along the lines of getting ourselves an anniversary remake, something along the lines of Vasto Lord Ichigo, maybe, and we'll have to wait and see for that. So if you guys care about these big banners, don't be wasting your orbs on every single banner. The more you use your orbs on different banners, the less orbs you have for the 10th anniversary. So I'm just gonna say once again, be careful when it comes to summoning. Be very careful. That being said, the selection of characters, I won't exactly say it's the most hyped thing or anything, because it's literally a Halibel's Fracciones made into 1000-year blower characters, and it has been a very long time since they have gotten their last canon character, which was like back in 2017, so it has been a very, very long time since then. So if you guys are fans of the characters and you want to pull for them, best of luck to you guys, because I think that the characters are just good. If you guys ask me, just good. They're not, I want to say, super mega broken, but they're not even as bad as many people make it out to be, if you guys ask me. I like seeing different characters besides the most hype ones. I think it's completely fine. I'm not a fan of the Tres Bestias, but it's always nice to see different characters every once in a while. And you do have individual banners as well, which we are going to dive on in before touching the main banner. I would only use the individual banners as a way to get the last remaining character, but besides that, I don't think that they are really worth investing into. Now, Sun, the only good filler is pretty much this Segunda Etapa Ulquiorra. He's aged really well for the likes of Ranged Captain Gilquist, and it's a character that you definitely want to have alongside Christmas Nelio and the new Mind 1000-year blower Candace. So there's that, but the rest of the banner is Yikers. except maybe Xiaolong's Link, because he does have 40% strong attack damage at full stam, and those kind of links are kind of starting to come by in value as of right now. Like, once you get a unit duped up for Guild Quest to the point that you already do enough damage with your strong attacks, it's like, these can actually help you for getting shorter runs. I've seen that, so that's pretty much why. But these two other characters are just worthless. Mila Rose, now, Wonder-wise, still pretty solid for melee no affiliation Guild Quest, but if you have, like, Oetsu with boosting and characters that can support him, you almost don't really need him. He's just meant if you have the likes of Parasol Shinji. Now, Ilfort is a character I will definitely say picked up value because this guy, an Academy Shuhei buffer for Sun Sun. He does provide 20% more strong attack damage to tech Arankars and 40% damage to Elven affected enemies. So if you do not have this character yet, well, guess what? He's gonna be great for Sun Sun. And then Momo's just a link. Akon's still good for supporting, even though we're all tired of seeing him. And Apache's banner is also not that bad. And speaking of Academy Shuhei, he is in here. But the other characters are just alright. Halibo, great super potion character. Ulquiorra, still good for farming, nothing too crazy. And then this Kisuke. Yeah, it's just a Najiku bot, but isn't immune to burn, so that's kind of a little bit of a problem. But like I said, you don't really need to worry too much if you have a Wetsuit, but yeah. Now, let's just go over the main banner and talk about it. Now, like I stated before, all three of the characters are really good, and let's start off with Sun Sun, who, in my opinion, is going to be the main prize of the banner, but there's also another main prize that we need to talk about, which is going to be Mila Rose. Now, this character is made for the Melee Hollow Guild Quest, and lads, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. This character is going to be officially replacing both Mugetsu and Yuha Bach for the specified Guild Quest rotation. We've seen it multiple times. I'm not going to make the mistake and say, if you have Mugetsu and Yuha, you don't need this character, because this character will just make quick work at 1-5 and be able to do better. If you have her 2-5, I think that you should still be able to get 50 seconds remaining. Consider this, that it's literally Candace and Lil Toto, but just a lot better because of the simple fact that it's a PvE killer. You have killer effect against all the enemy mobs, and you do inflict paralysis on all of your attacks, and you have a really good kit too, where she has the 750 lunge, same SA1 as 9th Dan Orochi Kenpachi and 1000-year blower Ishin, and she has a 960 in front, and then you have yourself a 1200 radius full screen attack. So for Guild Quest, she has the perfect kit by far. That being said, I'll definitely say this. I think that outside of Guild Quest, the only time she's really gonna make a shine is if she has killer effect. Without killer effect, you're looking at another character that doesn't have Berserker, which in my opinion, that's actually pretty bad, because taking a look at the stuff that the character has, the EX move, if you guys ask me, bro, where are you going to use this? Arena? Because this is a 900 radius all around her, applies 2 barriers instead of 5 like Yakuya, and then gives a defense boost to allies for 30 seconds. Bro, where am I going to use that? Like, the hell? This character paralyzes. You do not need defense buffing if you're going to be stopping the enemies from attacking you, so this is pretty much worthless. I would have preferred having a boost or a debuff. This does not make any sense, because you're not using it in Brave Battles. For autoing, that's never going to get used. It's just an arena. Just an arena that it's going to be a little bit more toxic, if you guys know what I mean. And even then, not a lot of players play arena. But yeah, innate skills, Sprint +1, Havoc of 20%, Marauder. And then she does have Frenzy +2, Frenzy +3 in Guild Quest, extra killer effect, extra melee damage, 80% SP boost, poison immunity, weakened defense, increased summon chance against hollows, damage to paralyzed enemies of +40%, and then another 20% to damage to status summon affected enemies, which she gives out to herself and her entire team. This is the same skill that Parasol Shinji has, which was new, which I don't mind, but bro, she needs either full stamina damage boost and Berserker. Devastation of 60% and double tear of +5 seconds. Oh. Yeah. No Berserker kind of sucks. She's kind of in the same case as the likes of Candace and Lil Toto, where they do not have Berserker. Even Basby to that certain degree. So, like, outside of Guild Quest, if you do not have Killer, this character is going to be hitting like a wet noodle, unfortunately, which is kind of like the annoying thing about these Guild Quest characters. I think that if you're going to make a character specified for Guild Quest, I don't really care too much of the Guild Quest skills. Just give her still skills like full stamina damage boost and or Berserker. The reason why Bankai Senjumaru and Christmas Retsu were able to get away with still being very good even outside of Guild Quest is because they actually have damage skills that can help them out, regardless of all things, where you do not need to rely too much on Killer, and you just have flat damage that can actually help you out. Senjumaru had like, what, 40% Berserker and 20% full stamina damage boost? Retsu had like 55% full stamina damage boost. Heck, even Asnot, with the debuffing, he got away with still being an amazing character outside of Guild Quest, especially in epic raids. And he had 20% full stamina damage boost. And this character just has damage once you inflict the ailments. And you need Killer. So, yeah, outside of Guild Quest, I'm definitely going to say it's an okay character. Like, at least she was given a good kit. Once you're up against Killer, she'll be pretty effective. But I'm not too happy of her not getting full stam or Berserker, realistically speaking. So, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit around and complain about this too much. And here's the other character, Mila Rose. Now, this unit right here is going to be the Brave Battle character. And guess what? She is the very first ever character to completely ignore persistence and put down the foe for good. So, if you bring out Mila Rose, you pair her up against Askin. Askin is not going to activate the persistence, and he is going to die. Orihime, same case. Renji, same case. Meninya, same case. And Sajin, same exact case. They will die. And to make matters even worse for PvP, this character has Weaken Plus. And has double killers of Quincy's and Soul Reapers, so everyone is getting affected by Mila Rose. The only thing that she doesn't have is that she does not boost or debuff, but honestly speaking, I think it's probably for the best, because if you guys ask me, this character is pretty goddamn toxic with everything that she has. And I'll definitely say, she's like a melee Askin. Unfortunately, it does not boost, so there's that kind of problem right there. But I really like what she was given, so like, if you want to use her in Guild Quest as a secondary NAD unit alongside a boosting character, she can be used, because she does have Flurry plus 3 with 50% Bruiser. I used Askin in Guild Quest, and while he was not immune, just by giving him like a food item, and then having a link with normal attack damage, and you know, some kind of status element reduction rate, well, I was still able to cook pretty damn hard in ranged Soul Reaper Guild Quest, so you can kind of do the same thing with this character, realistically speaking. But yeah, this is a character meant for Brave Battles, so of course, 70% of the skill set is going to be dedicated to Brave Battles, because take a look at this. Brave Battle Temporary Invincibility. Ignore Brave Battle Invincibility. Prevent Lasted Survival. Half stamina only, decreased damage taken of minus 50%. Half stamina only, increased normal attack damage of 50%. Brave Battles only, block heart and mind attribute boosts and debuffs. Same skill as Sajin. Brave Battles only, persistence. And Brave Battles only, persistence breaker. So yeah, this character is going to be the new PvP queen. Guaranteed. There's no way to talk about this. This is literally going to be the new PvP queen. So, if you guys are choosing the summon on this banner, good luck. Good luck. And then, yeah. Of course, for PV, at least she has a bit of skills. Flurry plus 3, Bruiser 50, Sprinter, Long Reach, and Marauder. So, having Guard Break plus Nullify melee resistance, that's already really damn good. I cannot complain about this whatsoever. So, yeah. And then we have Apache, who is going to be your regular NAD GQ bot, and this is going to be for the ranged no affiliation guild quest, and I'm completely okay with this, because the last unit that could literally boost and was a no affiliation killer was Swimsuit Momo, and the character before that was the Heart Masaki, and if you guys remember, she did get a resurrection. Unfortunately, she did not pick up the booster skill, so she could not support her allies by 43%. Even though she did get a small bit of damage increase, it still wasn't enough. She still played the same at the end of the day, just picked up long reach, and didn't really contribute much to the guild quest rotation that it was already lackluster. So she needed to get replaced, and we got the character that replaces Masaki, and it's this Apache right here. So yeah, no affiliation killer plus, normal attack damage of 35%, with sprint plus 1, long reach of 20%, and dodge no affiliation damage. And then taking a look at everything else, flare plus 1, flare plus 2 in guild quest, range damage of 30% in guild quest, killer effect of 50% in guild quest, and then she does have team party speed attribute character normal attack damage of 20%, booster, ease immunity, sharpshooter, enhancer, bruiser 50, increased summon chance against no affiliation enemies, and poise. She does have last rate plus, so it's not gonna, you know, work against Toshiro. This character will still be able to work effectively with him, and it's just going to make the guild quest so much easier to go through. I think with her and a max transcended Toshiro, you can easily get 50 seconds now in range no affiliation, because that was the one thing that the guild quest lacked. Besides having a really damn good main lead, you just didn't have too many great side units. The only thing that you could really do with Toshiro, because he was already overstacked with damage to element affected enemies, he wanted more Berserker, and he needed an actual booster, and we just didn't have that up until now. So now I think that range no affiliation will be a much better guild quest rotation to go through. So yeah, and then the fillers are great. Like, if I have to complain about one thing, it's just that Chad is here, and he isn't seen much around Brave battles, so there's that. But the rest, you can actually make a purpose for every single one of these characters, and we're gonna deep discuss these units right now. So let's get into it. Alright, so starting off with Ishin, this is the second time he has returned as a filler. The last time he was featured on was the Asnot banner, so it's nice to see him return already once more. And I think I've talked about this guy multiple times on the channel, but he is still the best mine character that we have in the game, and has a very insane DPS output of having Frenzy plus 2, Berserker 50, Rampage. I think you guys all know what this is. Kill 50 enemies, you get 100% damage to all of your attacks regardless of all things. Increased element chance against heart attribute enemies, has the 80% SP boost, but considering he also has this soul trait right here, it's 120% SP boost that he's getting out of his skill set with recharge and weakened defense, and has the broken combo of burn and lacerate. This guy has aged extremely well for limit break request, and considering that slot 3 will have Quincy enemy mobs, you can use this character just fine and still be able to plow through the quest in and of itself. He is that damn good. Just the kit, I just wish that he had a better SA2, to be honest. His SA1 is fine, 750 lunge, same lunge as Sunsun, by the way. And then you have a 750 into homing vortex. You can never go wrong with that. I'll definitely say I prefer the 960 because you have way more range. You're not locked into place, but that's just my own personal nitpick. And then you have a 1200 radius full screen attack. So yeah, other than that, still a crazy damn good character to this day. He is going to become a year old soon, and he's aged really damn good. Misaki, I cannot really say the exact same case for her, but she is currently one of the better units to use for the likes of ranged Espada, which isn't saying much because her kit is unfortunately very fucked. So at 1-5, you can still clear the guild quest, but it's not going to really help you much. And if you have the likes of like 9th Anniversary Kenpachi, Max Transcended, he's going to do you better. But if you guys get this character to 2-5 plus to 5-5, yeah, you should be able to cook a little bit better in ranged Espada, but I would not really try to invest on this character too much, and I'd just wait for a brand new character that completely replaces Misaki, if you guys know what I mean. Because on paper, she was amazing. On paper, though. On paper. Because she has Team Party, Power Attribute, Quincy, damage to status on affected enemies of plus 40%. Obviously, this has been replaced by Grammy support being better because he gives out 20% more strong attack damage. And then you have a Berserker of 60% with damage to paralyzed enemies of plus 40%, Double Tear of plus 5 seconds, Devastation 60, Frenzy 2, Havoc of 20%, and then you had increased element chance against Arankars, Poise, 80% SP boost, just like Ishin though, she has this right here, so it's 120% SP boost, and then has recharge. So, yeah, but that's kind of like the only thing that she has going for, because her kit is pretty bad. 18% shave, one of the worst SA1s in the game. SA2, you have the barrage attack, which is the same SA2 that Yumichika, Gambietta, and this Talk Toshiro have. Now, if you're stopping the enemy mobs from attacking you, okay, that's completely fine. Because you need to have either a poise break or an element that can stop them. But the barrage attack really does not complement itself too well when you have a really dog water SA1. I am sorry, but there's no sugarcoating this. Like, the fact that you already have to start the guild quest and you need to drag the boss down just to get everyone down with the SA2, that's just bad, and you do almost no damage with the SA1. And so, your best strong attack is going to be the SA3, the 1200 radius SA3. So, yeah, unfortunately, this character is bad, but she's still one of the better effective characters for that guild quest rotation, but he is going to get replaced sooner or later. Up next is this Orihime right here. Now, she has been hard countered by the likes of Renji in PvP, but she's definitely aged better because you can pretty much use this character to still take down Askin, because you guys need to know that right now, the PvP meta is in a rock, paper, scissors moment. Of course, that's going to change once Mila Rose comes in. And as it stands, once Mila Rose is out, the best Brave Battle team is obviously going to be Mila Rose with Askin and Renji. But do keep in mind that this character will still be able to take down Askin because she has typing advantage and also has ranged AI onto her and will be able to work still very effectively. This character was a nuisance in the PvP meta. Obviously, she's a lot less toxic now because of Renji hard countering her and blocking the debuff that she can do, but it has never stopped her from being really good because she does have the same Brave Battle skills and does have persistence on her skill set. She was the very first character to get it with Flare plus 2, Ignore Brave Battle healing, and also Brave Battle invincibility, poise, and then she does have Flare plus 3 for the first 10 seconds, so this character still hits pretty damn hard for PvP, and also has Sharpshooter, Paralysis immunity, and Sprinter plus 1, so yeah, the unfortunate thing is that this character is not immune to weakening. So, like, that's kind of the only thing. Anywho, the attacks don't really matter too much because she does have a ranged collision nat string, which you would want to have in PvP to have the upper hand. SA1 is like the 40% shave. SA2, 800 AoE in front, applies barriers and can debuff. And then SA3 is a 1200 radius, or 1000 radius full screen attack, so yeah. Still great in PvP. If you guys want to use her outside of PvP, you can. Just the damage multipliers aren't the craziest since she only has access to Flare plus 2 and no bruiser. Next up, True Shikai Ichigo. Now this character aged better than Yuha, which is pretty damn surprising to say the least, even though I already knew that this character was pretty good. Double killers of Soul Reaper and Serenator, no killer plus obviously, and has strong attack damage of 20% with recharge time of minus 12%, and this character is still an effective character for the likes of Melee Sternritter. Even with the Little Toto completely replacing this guy, he was actually able to help with the Little Toto to do better. And if you guys do have a max transcendent, I've seen people get like 50 seconds with this guy. I don't know how, because I don't know, man. It's crazy, but people have gotten it with him. It's just very RNG heavy, and of course you need focus applied onto this character right here. But yeah. Bombardment plus 1, complete immunity. Damage to lacerated enemies of 60%, you can get that rounded up to 100% via the bonus ability. Damage to weakened enemies of 40%, the Bull Tear of plus 5 seconds, Frenzy plus 2, Havoc of 20, hit hidden enemy chance 100, increased element chance against Soul Reapers and Quincy's, Marauder, and 80% SP boost. The only problem here that I would really argue about this character is that his Berserker is just low, 20%, and besides this, I would have preferred if he had a bit of Berserker increased besides this 20% that we have right here into his base skill set. Like, I would remove hidden enemy chance of 100% for Berserker and just give him like 50%, and I think he'd still be an amazing character to use still, even despite having Basby and Lil Toto to replace this unit. So yeah, Long Stride, Poise, Sprint +2. Skill set, still good, 3k length beam. The 960 into 1020 lunge. Honestly, I don't like this essay as much in Guild Quest now, just because some mobs still stay alive. And the crazy thing is that they lowered the defense values for the mobs, but increased the HP that they have. So, like, it's just kind of annoying when it comes to using this character. But then you have a really good SA3 being the 1170 into 1200 radius, 2-stage charged attack, and that will never go wrong at all when it comes to using this character. Still great. Getting dupes into this character will matter a lot, trust. So if you guys get him 5/5, don't fuss over it, because this character, in my opinion, is still an S to SS tier character for the heart attribute by far. And speaking of another SS heart character, Killgate. This character aged really well, just like Ishin, because guess what? He has Rampage, just like him. Now, no Berserker, but he does have full stamina damage boost of 20%. You can never go wrong with that. Once you inflict the elements, you do have damage to drain enemies of 40%. And then you have the recharge when moving in between the quest areas. That being said, no increased element chance. That's kind of like the sucky thing, but he does have the God Kit. So 3k length beam, 960 to homing vortex, and a full screen 1200 radius SA3. I think this character was the last character to get the God Kit, now that I think about it, if we really take a look into everything else, because no other character has gotten this kit. The only other character that came close was Yuha, but he got the suction vortex instead of the beam, but those are just details. But yeah, 80% SP boost, Rampage, like I stated earlier, kill 50 enemies, and yeah, does have guard break. So yeah, other than that, still an insane character. He can get 50 seconds if you guys get him 5/5. So yeah, so great. Chad, I'll definitely say he's the one you do not want to pull from the banner, just because of the fact that he doesn't have persistence, he does not have invincibility, nor can he pierce through invincibility. He's just meant to be a staller once you get this guy max transcended, because he does boost on the SA2, just that Renji will prevent him, so it's like, this character is pretty much dead, if you guys know what I mean. There isn't really much that you can use this character for now. And in Guild Quest, it's like, sure, he's a booster, but it's like, why use this character when you have better alternatives? So yeah, this guy's seen better days. I can't not really talk about this character too much, because there isn't really much you're gonna use for this character overall. So yeah, kind of the only bad filler from the banner, realistically speaking. It's a good banner, but I would not recommend you guys to go 25 steps in deep, because we do have better banners coming up if you guys ask me. The filler is crazy good. The 3 characters are great. Just be very careful though. And if you guys have Mugetsu duped up and you guys feel like you can still do a great enough score in Guild Quest, and you do have Kensei with dupes or the Heart Hollow Shinji with dupes, then okay, you can kind of make a case for skipping out on Sun Sun. But Mila Rose, she's going to be annoying in PvP. But that's just about it. I would recommend at minimum 5 steps just to try your luck, as this is actually really good in terms of value. But at max, step 10. Don't go any deeper than that. I don't really recommend it, since we have a lot of crazy stuff coming our way. It will have pity, so if you go to step 25, which I hope you guys don't have to go that far into this banner, you will get the pity ticket, so you can guarantee between Apache, Mila Rose, and Sun Sun. And then keep in mind, this is a 4.5 into 1.5% banner. So there is a chance that you can get unfeatured characters, but just know on step 5, 10, 15, and 20, you will still be able to guarantee one of these 9 featured characters right here. That's pretty much it. And yeah, I figure before we end the video, let's just take a look at everything else that there is to cover, because we do have the spring campaign on. Normally, I tackle these on at the start of the video, but I think people care more so about the banner, so we may as well just take a look at it. Okay, here's the Brave Souls spring campaign. We're going to be getting a lot more crests, orbs, and some soul tickets available to us, so yeah. Log in for 5 days to claim 500 crests of each attribute, and 10 days to claim 60 spirit orbs and 75 soul tickets. So, yeah. Then we have some special orders available to us. And, yeah, clear a single player quest 100 times, you'll be able to get 10 gold hammers. There's gonna be these bad rewards, honestly speaking. They're not even that good. The Awakened Ulquiorra Epic Raid is going to be back starting tomorrow as well. And there's also going to be the Ultra Awakened Epic Raid. So that's going to be hard. I can't wait to try out Asnod because I'm going to be maximum sending him in a couple days from now. And I want to see how effective he'll be in there. So yeah, and then you have the point event. I'm pretty sure this is a 10 million point event. So make sure to get all of the rewards done. You'll be able to get up to, I believe, 3 Essence Scrolls. Oh, no, I was wrong. 2 Essence Scrolls. So you can never go wrong with this. Make sure to farm it. You can also get a 5-star accessory ticket and 1 5-star summons ticket. So never gonna go wrong with that. And these are gonna be the bonus characters that you're gonna want to have. If you already summoned for whatever reason on the mid-month banner, which I hope you guys did not, you'll have access to the +3 lottery rewards still with Halibal and Stark. And then, of course, these 3 characters. And then, let's say you guys are choosing to skip. These are going to be your +1 lottery rewards, but you'll still be able to get the 50% event points. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And, yeah, just make sure to do this. Even though they kind of nerfed it, hopefully it's not going to be the same case for this one. And the drop rates are back to normal. You should still be able to get the most stuff. And then Attribute Tree Grounds, of course, they're changing the bonus system lineup again. So these are going to be the characters, the rest of the rules. I don't think it really matters too much because this is a very easy quest. So if you guys don't have any of the new units, just bring one of these fillers right here and bring one of the resurrected characters and you should be just fine. You don't necessarily need to pull for the new characters. And the quest, it's so goddamn easy that even a normal resurrected character can clear this out. Lastly, the scam paid packs. Don't buy any of these. They're bad. Featured lineup, 40%. It's bad. Like, just Shunsui is worth getting from here. And then what about the silver pack? Which, by the way, still a 40% chance of getting the one you want. Let's see. Still bad, bro. Just Ulquiorra is the only one worth it. Oh, also Christmas. No, I cannot forget about this character. Dogtouch, eh. The other characters, eh. And it's still 40% chance. So, like, you cannot even pick the characters. That's just so stupid, bro. And then you have the golden pack. Yeah, this is gonna be the selector one. So there's that. And the standout 5-star characters. Yama's good. Ichigo's okay. Shuhei, Link, Aizen's not the craziest. Ulquiorra's bad. Dordonia's bad, but has a great Link. Where does the character pool go up to now? I'm curious. Oh, so they've included Orihime, Sunsun, and Yumichika. Interesting. So does that mean they finally stop getting featured in banners now? Because normally when that does happen, you do tend to see less of those characters overall. So if that's going to be the case, I'm all for that. Because I don't want to see those characters no more. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But, yeah. And then you have the event support pack. Only buy this if you're, like, missing a bonus character. And even then, it's like, what, 15 euros? You have the money, sure. But besides that, not much. And then lastly, you can get more revival candles. That matters because co-op is kind of dead, but if you need them, you can get them. You have the extra Yukio's Ascension character quest, available once per day, so good for getting cones, and yeah, that's it. Let me know if you guys are going to summon. I'm planning to go minimum 5 steps max until, like, once I get one of the characters. I pretty much want to get Mila Rose. If I don't get Sun, I think I'll try to make my way around it using my Max Transcendent Mugetsu, Max Transcendent Kensei, and then just using a support character. We'll see. Anywho, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys have enjoyed it, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, the bell notification, and all that good stuff, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one. This has been your boy, the Dash Smasher, and I'm officially signing out, so take care, lads. Peace out. Bye. Sayonara. Ciao, ciao.